A soft glow emanates from every screen, announcing a new era for humanity's future. Corporate logos shimmer with false benevolence, promising salvation through unwavering sacrifice and duty. The world watches, captivated by the grand spectacle of engineered hope and collective destiny. Voices resonate with polished conviction, painting a future where titans protect fragile civilization. They speak of honor, a sacred calling for those brave enough to answer the system's plea. A vast digital tapestry unfurls, displaying images of soaring mechs defending shattered skylines bravely. Families gather, their faces reflecting a mixture of awe, apprehension, and nascent pride for the cause. The promise of generous benefits hangs in the air, a tempting lure for desperate souls seeking purpose. Each volunteer is assured a legacy, a lasting mark etched into the very fabric of existence. The corporate spokespeople smile, their eyes holding secrets of mechanisms far beyond mortal comprehension. No one mentions lifespan, a chilling omission that whispers of fleeting service and ultimate sacrifice. The public, lulled by rhetoric, accepts the unspoken terms, eager for a hero to rise among them. Recruitment centers open, sleek and inviting, drawing eager throngs from every corner of the globe. Hope, a fragile butterfly, flutters amidst the rising tide of manufactured consent and grand design. Thousands sign up, their individual stories dissolving into a collective yearning for belonging and meaning. They envision glory, not the cold, calculated integration into a system that demands completion. The first wave of volunteers steps forward, their expressions a mix of idealism and profound naivety. They are guided through gleaming corridors towards a destiny meticulously planned by unseen architects. Whispers of ancient rituals echo in the sterile halls, unheard by those walking towards their fate. The journey begins, not with training, but with a subtle, pervasive process of careful conditioning. Sunlight fades as they enter vast, subterranean facilities, bathed in the hum of unseen machinery. Their minds become canvases, slowly painted with a corporate narrative, erasing personal histories gently. Lectures drone on, filled with abstract concepts of synergy, alignment, and the greater good of the circle. Individual thought is discouraged, replaced by collective directives whispered into receptive minds. Their bodies are honed, not for combat, but for perfect resonance with the Titan's colossal frame. Daily regimens enforce strict discipline, dissolving ego into a uniform, compliant readiness to serve. The air itself feels heavy with suggestion, subtly altering perceptions, reshaping their inner worlds. They are fed nutrient paste, bland and sustaining, devoid of flavor, like their fading sleep comes easily, induced by gentle frequencies that lull the conscious mind into passive acceptance. Dreams are curated, filled with images of heroic sacrifice, not personal triumphs or human connections. Emotional responses are monitored, charted, and systematically dampened through precise neuroregulation. Joy becomes a distant echo, anger a forgotten spark, replaced by serene, unwavering dedication to the cause. Fear is meticulously excised, leaving behind a blank slate perfectly suited for the impending integration. Their eyes lose their individual fire, reflecting a collective, placid emptiness, a profound detachment. They move with synchronized precision, a silent ballet of bodies losing their unique human cadence. The facilities are sterile, stark, designed for efficiency, not comfort or personal flourishing. White walls absorb all light, reflecting a clinical purity that feels more like a tomb than a sanctuary. The silence is broken only by soft chimes and the rhythmic thrum of unseen life support systems. Each volunteer becomes a vessel, purified and prepared for the sacred duty of Titan piloting. Their identities erode, replaced by a singular purpose, to become one with the colossal machines. The process is seamless, insidious, a gradual erosion of self, meticulously engineered by the corporation. They are not trained to fight, but to be the fight, to embody the Titan's raw, unfeeling power. The conditioning deepens, intertwining their nervous systems with phantom interfaces and unseen controls. They move through simulations, their minds responding to stimuli that aren't truly there, yet feel real. The boundaries between their consciousness and the theoretical mech begin to blur, dissolving slowly. Subtle implants are introduced, microscopic connections that whisper directly to their deepest neural pathways. These unseen threads bind them, preparing them for a union, both profound and terrifyingly complete. Their sense of self expands, encompassing a vague, metallic presence, a vast, potential power waiting. They no longer think of themselves as individuals, but as conduits, extensions of a greater, cold will. The world outside fades, becoming irrelevant to their singular, all-consuming, predetermined destiny. A quiet hum now vibrates within their bones, a resonant frequency matching the dormant Titan frames. Their bodies, once vibrant with human life, now feel like husks, awaiting the spark of mech. The air grows heavy with anticipation, a silent tension building towards the ultimate convergence. They stand in rows, identical in their placid readiness, each a perfect, willing sacrifice to the system. Their memories are filtered, painful recollections gently smoothed away, leaving only compliant obedience. The past becomes a blur, insignificant compared to the monumental future they are destined to embody. They are taught to interpret complex data streams, not through intellect, but through pure instinct. Intuition is reprogrammed, aligning their subconscious with the Titan's operational parameters precisely. The conditioning culminates in a profound sense of emptiness, a void ready to be filled by the mech. Their physical forms are mere anchors, grounding the immense power they are about to command. The subtle hum intensifies, resonating through the cold, concrete floors beneath their bare feet. They are led to vast testing chambers, glowing with arcane light, hinting at ancient technologies. Thousands of hopefuls undergo rigorous compatibility tests, their fates hanging in the balance now. Each candidate steps onto a shimmering platform, a cascade of data flowing through their very being. Holographic projections swirl around them, mapping their neural pathways, seeking perfect resonance. The air crackles with energy, a symphony of unseen calculations, determining worth and suitability. Most fail, their internal frequencies to discordant, their spirits to resistant to pure integration. Their faces register fleeting disappointment, quickly masked by the pervasive conditioning's influence. They are gently ushered away, their purpose unfulfilled, their potential deemed incompatible with the frames. A select few, a mere handful among the masses, register a perfect, harmonious connection with the system. Their platforms glow brighter, bathed in an ethereal light that signifies divine selection and destiny. These chosen ones stand taller, their placid expressions now holding a subtle, knowing intensity. They are the rare few, perfectly attuned to the Titan's needs, ready for the ultimate symbiotic bond. Dozens emerge from the testing, their numbers shockingly small compared to the eager, hopeful throngs. Each chosen pilot becomes a node, a living circuit within the grand, intricate design of the system. They are led to the final stage, a cavernous hangar where the dormant frames patiently await their pilots. Colossal silhouettes loom in the dim light, ancient sentinels poised on the precipice of awakening. The air thickens with the scent of ozone and cold metal, a powerful aroma of impending activation. Each pilot approaches their designated Titan, a silent communion passing between human and machine. Their steps are steady, devoid of hesitation, their minds utterly consumed by the Titan's silent call. The Titan's hatch is open with a soft hiss, inviting them into the heart of colossal power and purpose. They enter without a backward glance, their human forms swallowed by the mech's vast internal chambers. Connections snap into place, neural pathways intertwining with biomechanical interfaces seamlessly. A surge of energy courses through the Titans, a vibrant pulse echoing the pilot's own beating hearts. The frames activate smoothly, their eyes glowing with an inner light, reflecting the pilot's integrated will. Each movement is fluid, precise, a testament to the perfect synchronization between pilot and machine. The Titans rise, shaking the very foundations of the earth with their awakening. A new dawn breaks. Humanity, once the master, now willingly becomes a component, a crucial gear in the larger mechanism. The pilot's consciousness expands, encompassing the Titan's form, seeing through its multifaceted optical sensors. They are no longer separate, but one entity, a terrifying fusion of flesh and steel, ready for deployment. The ground trembles as the newly awakened Titans begin their slow, inexorable march towards the surface world. Their metallic footsteps echo like distant thunder, announcing their arrival to a waiting, expectant world. The air crackles with immense power, a palpable force emanating from their colossal, moving forms. Below, the crew watches, a knot of dread tightening in their chests as the new reality unfolds. Their faces are etched with horror, witnessing the systematic institutionalization of human sacrifice now. The crew stands aghast, their hopes for individual heroism crumbling under the corporate juggernaut. This is no longer a battle against monsters, but a fight against an insidious, pervasive consensus. The public cheers the new Titans, blinded by the promise of security, ignorant of the cost incurred. News feeds flood with celebratory images, painting the corporate pilots as saviors, not sacrifices. The crew's resistance, once a beacon of defiance, now seems like a desperate, feudie respawn. They are framed as terrorists, their warnings dismissed as radical dogma, their motives questioned publicly. Propaganda posters depict them as shadowy figures, sabotaging humanity's last best hope for peace. Their faces, once symbols of courage, are now digitally distorted, twisted into menacing Bidai Nasa Saju. Friends and family, once supportive, now look upon them with suspicion, fear, and utter betrayal. The weight of public condemnation presses down, a suffocating blanket of misunderstanding and hatred. They become pariahs hunted, not just by the corporation, but by the very people they wish to save. Their hidden base, once a sanctuary, now feels like a prison, surrounded by unseen, watchful eyes. The air is thick with despair, a chilling realization that their fight is against an entire ideology. One crew member clutches a faded photograph, a ghost of a life now irrevocably lost to the conflict. Another stares blankly at a flickering screen, showing the corporate Titans marching in triumphant parade. The sheer scale of the deception crushes their spirits, making every defiant breath feel like a struggle. Their leader, once resolute, now bears the heavy burden of impossible choices etched upon their weary face. The lines blur between right and wrong, as their noble intentions are twisted into acts of malice. They question everything, their own morality, their purpose, the very essence of their desperate rebellion. Yet, a flicker of defiance remains, a stubborn ember in the encroaching darkness of corporate control. They refuse to surrender, even as the world around them champions the very system they seek to dismantle. The taste of loyalty turns to rust, a bitter flavor in their mouths as betrayal permeates the air. They watch the new Titans deploy, their movements synchronized, a terrifying ballet of engineered destruction. The behemoths march towards designated zones, their immense forms casting long, ominous shadows everywhere. One Titan, frame 2, the Harbor Leviathan, pauses, its glowing eyes dimming for a fleeting moment. A subtle tremor runs through its colossal frame, a barely perceptible hesitation in its programmed advance. The corporate handlers, observing remotely, note the anomaly, a tiny blip on their meticulously crafted plans. Inside the Titan, the pilot feels a strange ripple, a momentary discord in their integrated consciousness. A phantom memory, a fleeting image of shattered chains, flickers through the conditioned mind briefly. The Titan's core hums irregularly, a low thrumming sound that hints at an internal struggle now. Doubt, a foreign concept, seems to be encoded within the ancient frame, stirring a nascent resistance. The Leviathan delays engagement, its immense weight momentarily routed to the scorched earth below. This unexpected pause creates a ripple effect, a small crack in the corporation's flawless execution. The crew observes this anomaly, a spark of hope igniting in their weary, disillusioned hearts. Could the Titans truly possess a will, a dormant consciousness beyond corporate manipulation and control? The thought is dangerous, exhilarating, a potential weakness in the seemingly impregnable system. Meanwhile, the other Titans continue their march, their movements unwavering, their purpose absolute. Frame 3, the quarry giant, fuses with the stone, becoming an extension of the very earth itself. Frame 4. The glass titan shimmers in the desert, reflecting distorted images of forgotten faces. Frame 5. The siren rig hums a low, hypnotic song, calling buried things from the depths. Each titan embodies a function, a specific role in a larger, incomprehensible cosmic mechanism. The crew understands this now. They are not just weapons, but positions within a ritualistic circle. The system demands completion, a terrifying truth that chills them to their very core, revealing all they realize. Resistance is meaningless if the ritual simply replaces one piece with another readily. The question echoes in their minds. Are pilots chosen, or are they merely grown for this purpose? The corporate answer is clear. Humanity is a resource, a renewable energy source for the frames. The notion of choice, of free will, is a quaint relic, irrelevant in the face of universal design. The Leviathan shudders again, a more pronounced tremor this time, catching the crew's full attention. Its optical sensors flicker, displaying a chaotic burst of static, then returning to a steady glow. The pilot within struggles, a faint echo of individuality trying to break through the conditioning, a memory of a loved one's face, a laugh, a tender touch, briefly pierces the enforced emotional void. The Titan's immense power feels less like a tool and more like a consuming entity demanding submission. The internal struggle is intense, a silent battle waged within the pilot's fractured consciousness. The corporate monitors register a spike in neural activity, an unexpected surge of defiant thought. Alarms blare softly in the distant control rooms, indicating a potential instability in the frame. The Leviathan's hesitation grows, its metallic hand hovering over a target, refusing to strike now. The other Titans continue their relentless advance, oblivious to their siblings' internal turmoil. The crew watches, breathless, their hopes pinned on this single, aberrant act of defiance unfolding. Can one pilot, one Titan, truly break free from the system's unbreakable, predetermined grasp? The question hangs heavy in the air, a fragile prayer whispered into the vast, indifferent cosmos. The corporate technicians scramble, attempting to reassert control, to quell the burgeoning doubt quickly. They send override commands, digital shackles designed to bind the Titan to its intended purpose. But the Leviathan resists, its ancient mechanisms seemingly imbued with a stubborn, primal will. A low growl emanates from its core, a sound like grinding tectonic plates, defying external orders. The pilot within senses this resistance, a faint echo of their own suppressed humanity now rising. They feel a surge of forgotten emotion, a bittersweet pang of regret for what was lost and gone. The Titan's internal display flickers, showing fragmented images of a life before the conditioning. A child's laughter, the warmth of a sunny day, the simple joy of an unburdened existence returns. These memories, once erased, now fight to resurface, challenging the programmed obedience fiercely. The Titan groans, its massive frame trembling with the internal conflict between wills and purpose. The other Titans reach their deployment zones, their actions precise, unwavering, utterly ruthless. They begin their assigned tasks, reshaping the landscape, enforcing the corporation's cold, new order. The siren rig starts drilling, its melodic hum turning into a mournful wail, calling buried things. The glass Titan mirrors the shattered world, its surface reflecting a distorted, hopeless future. The quarry giant merges with the mountains, becoming an unmoving, formidable, stony sentinel of fate. Only the Leviathan remains paused, its massive form a monument to an unexpected, profound defiance. The corporate command center is a hive of frantic activity, their perfect plan, now slightly askew. They cannot allow this deviation, this crack in the facade of absolute, unquestioning control. A stern voice barks orders, demanding immediate recalibration, a swift return to programmed compliance. The crew watches, their hearts pounding, with a fragile, desperate hope for the Titan's freedom. They see a reflection of their own struggle in the Leviathan's hesitation, a shared battle for autonomy. The Titan's head slowly turns, its glowing eyes sweeping across the desolate, war-torn landscape. It seems to survey the destruction, the cost of the system's completion, with a newfound, silent sorrow. The pilot within whispers, a silent plea for understanding, for a purpose beyond mere obedience. The Titan responds, a faint internal tremor, an acknowledgement of the fragile human voice within. This unexpected communion is a miracle, a tiny spark of rebellion in the heart of the machine. The corporate overseers grow increasingly agitated, their voices sharp with frustration and growing fear. They threaten countermeasures, protocols designed to force compliance to extinguish any dissent fully. But the Leviathan remains unyielding, its massive frame radiating a quiet, stubborn defiance now. The crew feels a surge of pride, a renewed sense of purpose. Witnessing this unexpected act of will, perhaps singular resistance is not meaningless. Perhaps it can ignite a larger, unforeseen revolution. The Titan's hesitation stretches, a precious moment of autonomy in a world of predetermined actions. Its powerful systems are momentarily disconnected from the corporate network, a brief, silent rebellion. The pilot experiences a fleeting sense of true freedom, a vast, open expanse within the Titan's mind. This moment of clarity is profound, a revelation of the Titan's true, uncorrupted potential and power. The Leviathan's surge of independence sends ripples through the entire corporate network, an alarming signal. Its momentary disconnection creates a vulnerability, a tiny window for outside interference and rescue. The crew mobilizes a desperate plan, forming amidst the chaos, fueled by newfound hope and defiance. They prepare their own vessel, a battered scout ship, to approach the rogue Titan under cover of night. Their mission, to reach the pilot, to fan the flames of individuality within the colossal machine. The other Titans continue their grim work, their movements precise, unburdened by conscience or doubt. The siren rig's wail intensifies, unearthing ancient, buried structures from the Earth's deep core. The glass Titan stands sentinel, its reflective surface now distorting the crew's desperate flight path. The quarry giant merges deeper, its stony tendrils anchoring it firmly to the planet's very crust. The corporation reacts, deploying interceptor drones, sleek, metallic predators, against the rebel ship. Laser fire streaks across the dark sky, illuminating the fleeing vessel in harsh, unforgiving light. The crew's pilot expertly evades the attacks, their skills honed by countless desperate escapes and battles. They are nearing the Leviathan, its immense form, now visible, a silent giant against the stormy horizon. Suddenly, a chilling voice resonates through all comes, cutting through the static with cold authority. It is the future pilot, his words echoing with a profound, terrifying conviction that chills their blood. This is mercy, he states, his voice devoid of malice, yet filled with an unsettling, absolute certainty. His words hang heavy in the air, a declaration that twists their understanding of good and evil now. He believes it, truly believes this systematic integration is the only path, the ultimate benevolence. His face, projected onto every screen, is eerily familiar, a reflection of one of their own lost comrades. It is the face of someone from their future, a chilling paradox, a betrayal from time itself. The crew stares, aghast, at the screen, recognizing the eyes, the subtle curve of the lips, the familiar scar. The revelation shatters their resolve, injecting a new, profound layer of horror into their desperate fight. How can they fight a future that has already chosen its champion? Its integrated, willing sacrifice. The future pilot continues, explaining the necessity of the system, the fragility of individual choice. He speaks of cosmic balance, of a ritual that must be completed to avert a far greater, unseen catastrophe. His arguments are logical, chillingly rational, stripping away all emotional resistance with stark truth. The crew feels a terrible despair, realizing the depth of the corporation's insidious, long-term plan. This isn't just about power, it's about survival. A twisted form of salvation demanding ultimate price. The future pilot's eyes hold no anger, only a deep, sorrowful understanding of the path he has taken. He sees their struggle as misguided, a dangerous deviation from the inevitable, necessary course. His words penetrate their minds, planting seeds of doubt, questioning the very core of their rebellion. Is resistance truly futile against a destiny already written? a future already solidified in time. The Leviathan, still paused, now looks towards the source of the future pilot's chilling broadcast. Its glowing eyes flicker, processing the information. A new wave of internal conflict arising now. The pilot within feels the weight of these words, the crushing burden of a predetermined, bleak fate. The memory of a child's laughter fades, replaced by the cold logic of the system's grand design. The future pilot extends an invitation, a final chance for them to join the inevitable, to find peace. He offers them a place within the grand design, a role in the completed circle, an end to strife. The crew hesitates, their desperate flight momentarily forgotten, caught in the web of his persuasive words. The scout ship drifts, its engines barely humming, a tiny speck against the vast, indifferent night. Their leader's face is a mask of anguish, torn between conviction and the terrifying logic of despair. But then, the Leviathan lets out a low, guttural roar, a sound of defiance, shaking the very air. Its eyes glow fiercely, a renewed spark of independence burning within its ancient, metallic frame. The pilot within has made a choice, a defiant stand against the future pilot's chilling, logical mercy. They will not become a component. They will not surrender their fragile, precious individuality to fate. The Leviathan surges forward, its massive form accelerating towards the other corporate titans. Now, its movements are no longer synchronized, but wild, powerful, a rebellion against perfect order. The future pilot's face hardens, a flicker of disappointment crossing his otherwise serene features briefly. A pity? He murmurs, his voice tinged with a profound sadness, acknowledging their futile choice. He then turns his attention to the other titans, his integrated will now guiding their movements precisely. The corporate forces redoubled their efforts, unleashing a barrage of energy blasts at the rogue Leviathan. The scout ship is caught in the crossfire, buffeted by explosions, its structural integrity failing fast. The crew struggles to maintain control, their faces grim, knowing this might be their final stand. The Leviathan roars again, a challenge echoing across the desolate landscape, defying its programmed role. It engages the other titans, a colossal battle of wills and steel erupting under the darkened sky. Frame 2, the Harbor Leviathan, fights its brethren, a rogue element against the completed system. The ground shakes violently, sending shockwaves through the very air, a testament to their immense power. Flashes of energy illuminate the night, painting the titans in stark, terrifying silhouettes against the gloom. The crew watches, helpless, as their last hope battles against overwhelming, unified opposition. Now, the future pilot's voice returns, calm and resonant, cutting through the din of the titanic struggle. Phase alignment countdown begins, he announces, his words a chilling pronouncement of inevitable fate. A digital clock appears on every screen, ticking down relentlessly towards an unknown, terrifying event. The numbers glow with an ominous red light, counting towards zero, towards the system. It's ultimato competition. The air thickens with a palpable dread, a sense of impending doom settling over the entire planet. The Leviathan roars one last time, a desperate, defiant cry against the encroaching, predetermined future. Its glowing eyes dim, flickering like a dying ember, as the other titans converge upon its massive form. The scout ship, heavily damaged, limps away, carrying the terrified crew from the unfolding catastrophe. They glance back, witnessing the overwhelming power of the corporate titans crushing the rebellious one. The future pilot's face, serene and resolute, fills their screens, a silent victor in this cosmic chess match. The countdown continues, each second dragging by, amplifying the terror of the unknown alignment process. What horrors await when the clock reaches zero, when the system finally achieves its terrible balance? The sky above the titans begins to warp, shimmering with unnatural colors. A rift opening slowly now. Ancient energies bleed through, painting the clouds in hues of violet and dark, ominous crimson. A profound, resonating hum fills the entire world, a cosmic chord struck by unseen, colossal forces. The crew watches in abject horror, understanding the true scale of the impending, universe-altering event. Their resistance, once a burning flame, now feels like a tiny, flickering spark in a raging tempest. The future pilot smiles, a chilling, knowing expression, as the rift above the Titans widens further. The countdown nears its end, each number a hammer blow against the fragile hope of humanity's survival. The scout ship disappears into the stormy horizon, leaving the world to face its predetermined, terrifying fate. What monstrous truth awaits the completion of the phase alignment as the final seconds relentlessly tick away?